Howdy folks, welcome back to Melanchthon Creek Farm, and we're in a different area this evening. I just finished mowing the grass, and I have this area here between my driveway and the wood line that I'm looking to turn this into more of a beneficial area for us. I enjoy mowing the grass, don't get me wrong, but mowing the grass ain't putting anything in my belly. We're wanting to use this for some edible acreage. This area here is about 150 feet long by, here at about the widest point, it's about 24 feet. So hopefully won't be mowing this too much longer. We're gonna put something out here that's helping us get a little bit more self-sustainable. Initial thoughts was some berry patch, several different types of berries that I would like to put out here, and I'd like to do some fruit trees out here in this area. But as I was doing some research, I noticed that I have these trees here. Got two here. I've got a couple right back in there. I've got one right there. I got a huge one right there. And as I come on up closer toward the house here, we have another one, and then a smaller one right behind it, and then we've got two more there and another one on back toward the back there. Some of you may already know what these are. And if you've not already guessed it, here is a hint. This is what they drop. Those, folks, are black walnuts. These are black walnut trees. Now, there used to be in very high demand back when we had a lot of furniture manufacturing in this area. I know they still make a lot of cabinets out of black walnut, but we're not looking at harvesting the wood. We're considering harvesting the nuts themselves. So that may be a new fall crop for us this year. Been doing a little research on how you dehusk them and lay them out to cure, but they are definitely an issue when it comes to mowing. If you've ever run over one of these with the mower, they're not very good for your blades, and a lot of times there are projectiles that go flying out and tear up stuff. So instead of them being a problem, we're looking at making them into one of our crops for this fall. We have several here down this side of our land. There's even more back in the woods, not only on this side of our property, but on the other side we have probably just as many up and down that side. So we are considering making the walnut a new crop for us. But in the meantime, when I was researching, trying to figure out what I could plant in this area, and I was doing research on what would grow good, of course, in the shade. This is, we're facing west right now. So you can see the sun going down there through the trees. but a lot of shade. We do get a little bit of morning sun, but most midday and evening is shaded. So I was looking at what would grow good in the shade, and then when I was doing the research and trying to find out what would grow good next to these walnuts, I come across some very interesting information. I'm not sure if anybody's done any research on what grows good around walnuts, but the list is very short. Walnuts, the roots, the trees, the fruits, all they release a chemical that is a natural herbicide. So you have to be very careful about what you plant around black walnuts. There are some edible plants that do well around the walnut, from what I can gather from my research. What I would like to plant, apple trees and pears and peaches and all of that. Well, there's some debate on whether or not the peaches and pears will grow well, but apples definitely don't. The berries that I would like to plant here, the blackberries, they don't grow well under them. There are some. The black raspberry actually does well around black walnuts, but only the black raspberry. Now, I was wanting to plant several different species of raspberries. Elderberries is another one that grows well, so we're looking into planting some of those. There is one other fruit tree that does well around black walnuts, and that's the pawpaw. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with the pawpaw. They are native here in North Carolina where we're at. So I'm looking at maybe planting some of those. But I did notice that it seems like this one is our last walnut tree on this edge. That's the old red oak that got blew down during the F1 tornado we had in February of, I believe, 2020. Very rare for this area. These down here at the end, there's a clump there, and there's one back in there, and then there is this huge tree here. These are southern hackberries. So the southern hackberry or sugarberry, goes by a lot of different names, is native to central and eastern North Carolina. It has these small berries. They're reddish and purplish. The birds, wildlife, they enjoy them. But was considering about doing a little bit of trimming just to try to let a little bit more light in. I hate to give up my shade trees. Definitely not going to cut them down. Was just thinking about doing some pruning and maybe trying to get a little bit more light in down here in this area. Most of your fruits, they need sunlight when they ripen. That's what provides the sweetness. And without the sunlight, when they ripen, they'll be sour. They won't taste as sweet. So I was looking at doing a little bit of trimming back here, try to get a little bit more light in, because from this last walnut tree all the way down to the bottom down there, we were considering on planting some blackberries and some other types of berries just to see if they would grow well. Now, with them being downhill from the black walnut trees, and not sure how that would affect them. So we are looking to do a little bit of experimenting here. Y'all stay tuned, see how things turn out. And one other thing, as you can see, these walnut trees, leaves are starting to turn. Walnuts are one of the first trees that their leaves start to turn and they start dropping. So anytime I start seeing more walnut leaves on the ground and start seeing those leaves starting to turn yellow, I know that summer's just about over. So that is a sign for us that fall is on the way and we better get ready. So I appreciate you joining us this evening as we're looking to expand our edible acreage here at Melancton Creek Farm. We appreciate you joining us. Y'all have a good evening. Take care.